Hey, what's up? Listen, no, I was talking to the guys.
Huh?
The thing is, we're going to be live soon, and there are certain things you absolutely cannot say or do.
Like what?
No. It's the list.
Can't say that. Can't say that.
Absolutely not, man. And
Can't
especially you
say
can't
that.
do that.
I don't even know what that is.
And especially you can't do that.
I don't even know what that is. Nothing you can do about it.
It's the Saturday morning extravaganza. Not much provides every answer. So wash away the darkness and bring out the smiles. Saturday morning
The Free People Like This Saturday show, which we're calling Saturday Alive, Saturday Morning Alive. All right. And a little out of breath because I just did a off studio shoot and ran in here and picked it up. But hey to all the people out in the chat room, this is kind of a new thing for me. So cut me some slack. I'm kind of checking it out because I don't know. you guys got some ideas for the show, throw it in. But basically what this is an extension of what TJ Stone and the guys are doing during the week, Monday through Wednesday, here on the Be Terrific Network. What we're trying to do is add a little weekend excitement because we got together, some of the guys. I'm Niles Lesh, and I work with Bruno Derlin and TJ Stone and Mike Ricca, and we wanted to do something to throw it back to what used to go on Saturdays when we were kids, because we're like a little bit older than most of the, I don't know, gamer networks. But the thing is that there used to be Scooby-Doo and TV shows, and there was something to do on Saturdays, and like now there really isn't that. I mean, because of TV on demand and, you know, people watching streaming channels all the time. There's nothing on the regular channels. There's like some, if you turn on a channel right now, you'd see something like a animal hospital or a, you know, fish with a hook in his mouth. So we're trying to kind of give you something else to watch, so it'll be a little bit more exciting, maybe a little more funny. We do the comedy thing here on the Saturday Morning Alive show. We're gonna have some awesome guests, both mostly affiliated with the Three People Like This network, because that's we're in the same studio. We share the same studio, as we were blessed by Michael Artis and David Milch to let us come in here and do this. So we're pretty excited about that, and we're going to bring in a lot of the guests you've seen on the show. So maybe you saw Jackie the Joke Man this past week. After you, anyway. So one of the things for me was on the Saturday morning stuff, as I get older, I discovered a show called Mystery Science Theater. And Mystery Science Theater was actually pretty awesome. I'm seeing a lot of chat guys out there saying, "What's up? What's up, chat guys?" All right. I don't know what the symbols mean yet, but it looks awesome, so I'm on that. So Mystery Science Theater was kind of like a thing that mocked terrible television, terrible movies, or what have you. We're going to kind of do that thing, but maybe more with like real life. You know, it's IRL, so we're going to do some IRL mockery. So maybe go around to your town and videotape you and mock you. I'm just kidding. We're not going to really do that. One of the things that we will be doing is the Niles Lesh Conspiratorium, and that's where I'm going to sit down and I'm going to tell you some stuff that you think, wow, that's just how the world really works. And I'm going to tell you, no, it works a different way. But we'll get to that. That's not going to happen right away. And if you notice, I'm using cue cards because this is the first show. And we're going to have some pop culture, some sports, some politics, and mostly stuff for guys like us. And then I'm going to say cool topical things like, what's this bombogenesis thing? Bombogenesis, like that's a weather thing. We used to just have bad weather, and now we don't have bad weather. Now we have bombogenesis. Like, what is that? And they named the storm Riley. Like, we pulled this off. I think there was a power outage last night in the studio. And thankfully, Gabe and the guys were able to get this thing running. Because in Western New York, where one of our guests is coming from, there was like 6-10 inches of snow. Mostly here around here it rained, but they act like it's the end of the world. We should just call them storms. February, no weather at all. Now all of a sudden in March, we have a bombogenesis named Riley. I guess that's kind of a thing, Riley. But one of the things we will be doing is bringing in some acts, some talented people, maybe some musical acts. These guys know a lot of comedians, funny people. And, you know, if you're a local talent, you know, contact contest at threepeoplelikethis.com, or just contact threepeoplelikethis.com. And from there, you'll be able to log in and see what we're doing. And you can put your stuff up there, send your tapes, whatever. We love to have guests on. There's an empty couch right here, but we got some people coming in. Don't worry, it's not going to be just me talking all day. You know, some of the things I will not be talking about. You're probably wondering what that was. Trump, aliens, or Gamergate. Completely off the court for now. Well, that one. But what's going on? You know, I think actually all the platforms, if you guys are webites and you're out there in chat world, is that there's a lot of levels of censorship going on out there with the other social platforms. And there's going to be all kinds of, you know, YouTube. I don't know what the actual rules on Twitch are, but I'm learning them as I go. If you want to, Twitchers out there want to chat and tell me what I can't do, if I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, I'll stop it. But mostly it's just, you know, a good time. So a caller. Okay. Who's calling it?
Who's calling in? Bruno knows who this is.
Who's this?
Bruno. Bruno there?
Bruno. Yeah, there's a Bruno. I'm going to bring him in a second. Can you hold? I'm going to actually, Bruno is the big part of this. He's the guy that brought me in. And then Bruno is the guy that wrote our theme song. So I'm sure you want to compliment him about the theme song we just did. And
100%. I need
okay.
to him immediately.
So say no more. Let's introduce Bruno Derlin, the author of the theme song and part of the Three People Like This Network.
What's up,
Bruno,
man?
thanks for coming in, buddy.
Hey, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks
Just
for
in the other room, you know?
making this happen.
Well, it takes a village.
It takes a village.
So what do we got going on? We got a
Bruno,
call?
hey,
What?
buddy.
Well, we have a caller. I mean, I hate to bring you right in and have a caller right away. They kind of surprised us. And,
Who is this?
Hey, Bruno, what happened? I called your personal number and you don't know how to return it.
Oh.
Answer.
Oh my.
You notice that?
Can I say who this is?
Please do.
He's a famous Austrian
Absolutely.
actor, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the voice
Yeah,
sounds familiar. I was
and,
like, who's this?
my apologies. I was a little upset, Mr. Miles Nash, but thank you for being there right now.
Oh, it feels good. This is a very comfortable seat, but not too comfortable.
This is amazing.
Well, I get you.
I can't believe you're actually calling in like on the first episode live, you know?
I was doing my best to call to support you because my name is also Bruno.
Yeah.
When I auditioned for it.
Nice.
Excellent.
I'm doing a top secret. That's why I also called to let Mr. Niles Lash know I want to
What do you want?
Predator. But this time I'm going to be in Alaska and I'll be a guy who knows how to do traps. And I tried to tell the government about the Predator, but they didn't believe us because they disavowed the mission.
Well, you,
So when they disavowed the mission, everybody thought I was like a crazy Niles Lesh guy. And then I moved to Alaska. I learned how to set traps and hunt, and now I'm ready for the Predators. Is this a PG show?
It is PG.
Sure.
Yeah, let's keep
I
it
think it's
PG.
Can I
PG.
say the B? Can I say the B word?
Yeah, let's, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, those son of a bitches.
Ah,
Yeah.
always-
So you're in a top secret location. Is that where you are?
Yes, actually, it's in Buffalo, New York. It's so snowy here, they're using it as Alaska.
the Buffalo, New York, yeah, it's a Hollywood thing, right? They switch it up, and you get better rates there. It's not a,
Like, yeah,
Hollywood.
right. Because
Alaska is very
it's cold in
expensive.
Canada, right?
I don't know if people know that, but Alaska
They
is
do
not cheap to
tax
shoot.
incentives.
Tax incentive.
Tax
Yes.
incentives for movies here.
Wow.
So do you watch the show all the time? Did you watch TJ and?
I'm a huge fan. I like when they let me be a porno bro, but I know right now you can't because there's a lot of kiddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the things you can't do here. But I mean, you know what? Right up to that, we'll do. We'll do right up to that.
Well, we're still going to be doing
I like
the
it.
podcast. So
Right.
our audio podcast is still happening.
There you go.
Everybody who's listening right now, don't you lie to your mommies and daddies. We know what you're doing on the internet.
Ouch. I
Yeah.
think they are. I hope they're watching the show right now. If they want to do that, yeah, the podcast for sure. A few
Anyway.
people like this.
I just wanted to say.
When's the next show drop?
I just wanted to say. you
Well,
guys are
we
the
had a
best.
new one drop this morning.
Oh, okay. Can be watching it right now. Well, after this show, you can watch it. Listen to it.
What's up, sir? You still there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, you are listening. Okay. So we've got. Yeah, I see. TJ Stone is just chiming in. He said, "Is that Arnold?" Well, what do you think, Niles?
Of course.
It sounds like Arnold, but a younger Arnold.
Okay.
Um,
Yes, because I'm working. There's a CGI element with the audio, and they're making me sound younger because that's the portion of the film we're working on right now.
Nice.
That's
Are
fantastic.
you making a run for the 2020 presidential election? Is that rumor I
I was
heard?
thinking about it.
Rumor I heard?
I was thinking about it. The whole issue is not being a citizen, but hey, the current president breaks all the rules, so maybe I'll do it.
Yeah, that's not a thing. You should run. You should run just to run because it's a lot of exposure, so you can get the whole deal.
That's true. And then I can have a renaissance in my action career.
Renaissance, was that the word? Oh, I love
Yes.
Renaissance. You ever go to a Ren Fair? Arnold at a Ren Fair? Upstate New York is
I don't
famous for the
even
Ren
know.
Fairs.
I'm
Renaissance
honest
Festival.
enough to let you know I have no idea what that is.
You know, they go, "Huzzah!" and you dress like you're from Robin Hood, and there's fairy people, they have jousting. Surely they have that in Austria. I believe it comes from there, I think. Surely.
Absolutely, but I've been here for so long. I mean, you can't even hear my accent anymore.
Oh, there's a message from TJ Stone. He wants to know if we can tell Arnold that we lost his housekeeper's number. Ask him if he can share it with us.
Oh, I'll text.
Oh,
What was the story with that housekeeper thing? Was that was a rumor?
She was just doing the job.
I get that. I mean, I've always, you meet a few celebrities and you see them getting these things, and I was always like, wouldn't cheat up instead of down? I mean, that's just something I would think, but
No,
whatever.
I'm the equal opportunity.
No, I just meant financially. I mean, it probably cost you $40-50 million, right? But
Yeah, a drop in the bucket.
you do have a
Arnold,
big bucket, Arnold.
Arnold, did you like our new theme song? We just remixed the theme song.
I love it, but I also had an idea. The other guy, a friend on the show, he sent me some audio of the song that
Okay.
he would like to maybe have you guys do. So I'm gonna play it. Let me get this audio
got
ready
audio.
here for a second.
Is this thing cleared by? Okay.
Hey guys, what's up? I just sent this audio to Arnold. Hope you can take a listen. And it's kind of like an 80s theme because obviously I'm a huge fan of Staying Alive. So it would probably go something like this. You could throw it in at any point. He'd be like, "Hey, Twitch guys, be terrific!"
Nice.
Kind of throw something in, and then it like has our faces shooting up. And
Yeah.
anyway, thanks guys. I hope this gets to you on the next episode, and I can't wait to be back. All right, talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's
Thanks,
so
friend.
friendly.
Friend, thank you.
See, that's what we're talking about. People contributing to the show
That's amazing.
right off the bat. I mean, we're like, 10 minutes into this thing. We got
Hello,
a song
50.
option.
We got 50 on
Hello.
in chat.
Ding,
Hi,
ding,
50.
ding.
Yep.
Yeah. How are you? How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm always good. I'm so pumped right now.
Listen, Arnold, I wanted to run this by you. Maybe you think this is a good idea too. I'm thinking that maybe the theme song will be re-recorded with some female vocalists, because the version we have is actually a male voice sped up, but we want to do some female voices. We wanted it to sound like the Andrews Sisters. Remember the Andrews Sisters?
The boogie woogie
Do it.
boogie boy for
Do
company.
Do it.
Here's where we would cue the sound cue.
Bruno, do that.
All right, we're gonna open up like a call for entries maybe next week.
Yeah, it's called Three People Like This Needs Women. See that?
Yes, women singers. I will give PJ the number of the housekeeper.
All women,
She's actually,
yes.
she's got some good pipes.
And
It's all about the pipes.
morning, Onerd.
And attitude. Attitude is very important.
Onerd is on with us.
Owner, what's up?
Big fan.
Shout out. Thanks for coming on. I don't know if this will normally get up or you got up early just for us, but thank you.
Onerd is on, and Arnold is on, and we're on, and I've got Castellini in the wings getting ready. So we're gonna bring him on
Oh
in
no,
a few.
Mr. Castellini. Well, unfortunately, I have to go because I have a call time at 11:30. So I'm actually surprisingly here at a Tim Hortons parking lot right now.
Oh,
I'm
get
not
me a
kidding
donut.
you.
Get me a donut.
Yeah, yeah.
Only if you have vanilla. Only if you eat vanilla cream. Those are the best.
Wait a minute. Tim Hortons kind of invaded from Canada, right? That was like a Canadian thing, and now they're taking over northern New
Yeah,
York.
the best invasion.
The Canadians. Awesome.
Yeah, they're so nice.
Arnold, we're
They
looking
never
forward.
complain.
We're looking forward to having you in the studio again with us.
Feel free to call back anytime.
All right.
Hey, everybody on Twitch, listen up. Put the headphones on your ear and hit play and see what happens when you live.
Yep.
And you'll feel good all over.
Yeah, do it. Come on.
Do
man.
it.
Do it. Let them know. I'll learn the truth, my friend.
Arnold,
And he's out.
And we lost Arnold.
I like
All
that.
right,
I
but
like that.
I see that TJ Stone, he's happy that he's able to communicate with us and try to distract us while we're doing this. There's no distractions, my friend. You are like this.
That
This
made
is
it.
great.
That
I
made it.
love talking to you like this.
And good night. Thank you. No, he was great. That was a great.
No, it's pretty awesome. I mentioned the call for entries for the women singing the theme song,
You
right?
did.
I am about to open up a call for entries for the new and improved Vision Fest.
Vision Fest. Awesome. Tell us
Yeah.
about Vision Fest, Lena.
Well, you remember you've come to the film festival, the
Tell
actual
them.
event. Yeah, no,
I know.
but-
I've been there.
So, we ran it for 15 years at Tribeca Cinemas. It was a great success. Then real estate developers came in, bought out Tribeca Cinemas. I tried to book other theaters in Manhattan. You know, it just wasn't working out. It wasn't the right venue, wasn't the right vibe. So we put it on hiatus for a couple of years, continued with the screenwriting competition. But this year, well, now that we're here with Be Terrific, we're planning something huge, something really big. We're bringing back the festival, but not as like a festival event that you go to in a theater, online.
Wow.
Streaming online in December. We're going to have the same exact kind of programming with awards and all that good stuff, and after parties. The parties are going to be real.
Whoa.
Yeah, the parties are going to be real.
Right here in
Everything else
Secaucus?
is real, but online. You can stream, probably in Secaucus, yeah.
Wow.
So I brought a little clip to introduce our audience to the new Vision Fest.
Vision
So,
Fest, great.
Yeah, why don't we
Let's
play
watch
the
it.
Vision
And
Fest
if I
clip?
might say, I'm glad you got out of Tribeca because it's the most overrated part of the city.
Thanks.
I mean, next to Soho.
We found that the American film auteur has trouble getting his or her film exhibited, let alone distributed.
We know how difficult it is to make movies. We know how tough it is to get that film that they make shown.
By creating a forum that allows them to do that, that's what we take pride in.
If we program a film at our festival, it's special.
Wow, that looks awesome, Bruno. Vision
Like that?
Fest. Pretty excited to see it resurface in a
I'm excited too, man.
World Wide Web type of way.
Yeah, it's going to be nice because now, you know, in the comfort of your own home, you can watch the same kind of programming. It's pretty cool.
That's what I watch all the movies, like all the Oscar movies that
Right,
we're going to
right.
talk about later. I watch them in the comfort of my
People
home.
don't go out
I
anymore.
think it's technically illegal.
They do this, right?
Yeah.
That's how they watch films.
Some you want to go see, but yeah,
Um,
that's going to be good. I'm looking
Man,
forward to
I'm excited, and I'm excited about the contest. We're
The
going to have that
contest,
contest,
yeah.
right?
We're going to still do a contest. And again, if you heard our theme song at the front, we are looking for female vocalists who would just like to sing. And if you get picked, not only will you be in the song forever, you also get to come on the show and talk about it if you want to. If you don't want to, you still have to. So that should be pretty good. The song was put together by Bruno, who did most of the lyrics. I think all the lyrics, sorry. And musically, it was him as well, with help from Joel Ananias, good friend of ours, a Portuguese man. Como vai, Joel? Como vai?
Yeah.
And we really thank him for sweetening that all up for us, and look forward to having some more people say come in. Again, if you want to submit it, it's contest at 3peoplelikethis.com, and just send us a clip or whatever you want to do, and that should be pretty awesome. So,
So,
today,
yeah,
big
we're gonna-
guest.
Before the big guest, later. No, you know what we do? We're gonna bring him on, and then we'll talk about Oscar predictions. We'll do all that stuff because the Oscars are tomorrow, right?
I
And
think this is called a tease. We're teasing.
Money is a big Oscar guy too. He's a big showbiz guy.
He's an insider, like
He's an
the
insider.
guy you get, the go-to guy, like Mr. Wolf from
Right.
Pulp Fiction.
Now, for the audience who may not know him, of course, as you know, I always bring the goods to
Yes.
introduce the next thing. So
we love you, Brandon.
I brought a clip for Money Cashellini too. Let's introduce Money.
Okay, Money Cash.
Why are we here? Why are we here? How many times did I ask you? Why are we here? We're here for the kids. What is MTV here? What is MTV for? For the kids.
There was this Italian cat, you know, he was dressed up like a pimp. He said his name was Money Cashellini.
I've had a couple run-ins with Money Cashellini.
He really keeps all of us actors in check. Money. He's an agent, or of sorts.
The show, I mean, the show is like this. You make the whole show. Right or wrong? Come on, let's be honest. Nobody around. Excuse me. This should even be Lyricist Lounge. This should be the baby power hour. You're the ruler, you're the king from back in the day, old school. OG. I'm an OG. You know? Original Goodfellas, you know what I mean? Pop, listen to me, Pop. Calm down. What did I tell you 10 years ago? I told you hip-hop was going to be the biggest thing in the whole world. Kids were going to go nuts. I spoke to the lounge guys. I gave them a whole song and dance about partners now. Listen, they're producers. They produce. You're an artist, you art. See this right here? This used to be a chop shop, okay? But now, in 2 months, this is going to be a 30,000 square foot, fully interactive Italian cultural and science center.
Hey, Money Cashellini.
All right.
Welcome aboard the Saturday Morning Live Show. Good to have
Niles, always a pleasure.
My man.
Normally, when we talk to each other, we're lurking in the shadows.
you. Yeah.
In the interest of full disclosure, you know, you and I have a dark past.
Well,
That's a play on words because we met in a chat room in the dark web.
online.
We're both friends of Julian Assange,
Hitting you.
and he's got his own private dark web chat room where he invites guys like us. Because let's be honest, you know, we're the real freedom fighters. We are, you know, strategic information analysts. That's what we do. We find dirt on people. We've done that for years, but we do that in a more constructive capacity. We're not looking to tear people down. We're looking to help the good guys. We do more to help the good guys before 8 a.m. than any president could do in 8 years as president.
Opposition.
Because as president, your hands are tied. You gotta deal with polls. You got celebrities attacking you every day. You got Joy Behar, you know, calling you names. No matter who you are, even the last president, he couldn't catch a break.
No.
But what we do behind the scenes is the real dirty work.
Sure.
So it's good to see you out from behind the shadows.
It's good to be
You know,
out.
now that I came out from behind the shadows, and also I just want to give a shout out to Arnold Schwarzenegger and TJ Stone. TJ Stone was nice enough to contact him on my behalf and said, hey, Arnold, Money needs you.
Nice.
You know.
When Money calls, people listen.
You know, when TJ calls and says that Money needs you, then people listen. Listen, TJ Stone, you know, let's not discount how much weight he carries in the entertainment profession.
He's always asking for money. Cashellini.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it was nice of him to come on and nice for us to be out from behind the shadows, out in front of the camera, greeting our public.
It's good to wear pants, let's face it.
It's
absolutely
listen, in
awesome.
public, yeah, maybe you should wear pants, you know?
It's been a while, man. I like your medallion, but I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, man, I'm getting it like in surround sound.
Well, you know what? See, what happened
If you're
was...
chatting at home, it gives you the surround sound.
What happened was years ago, I took a vow of poverty because my brother, the other guy, he dropped out of show business completely.
Where is he? I haven't
happened
seen
to that
him in
guy?
years.
He moved to Tibet. He took a vow of poverty. He wanted to take the spiritual journey, and I respect that because we were so immersed in sex, drugs, and rock and roll for so many years that he basically lost his soul, you know, and he had to get out for his own sake. You know, me, I'm a little more spiritually sound, you know.
You
Well,
sound spiritual.
Well, we're not here to talk about that, but I'm centered. Let's
Do
just
you,
put that. I'm centered.
do you communicate with Guy? Like letters?
No, actually,
Phone
I
calls?
mean, we put things out in the universe, and he sees them. I see them. I know he's around, even when he's not around.
Right.
You know, It's like when Italians fight.
Right.
You know, you may not talk to your brother for 30 years, but when your ears ring, you know he's thinking about you.
Bada boom.
It's like a phone call, but
Exactly.
inside your ear.
It's a sense. It's like, you know, this Jedi thing. This is all based on things that we talked about years ago when our father was, you know, studying spirituality and teaching us spirituality. We worked with George Lucas, you know, back then. You know, all these guys. These guys were all college kids in film school. They're all a bunch of drug addicts. And you know, my father was a tailor. He was Frank Sinatra's personal tailor.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was the head of the Seamsters Union for many years. That's not a joke. That's
I'm not
that's a
laughing.
real union.
No, I get it.
Nah, I'm just saying, union guys don't generally like when you laugh at them. You know?
Okay.
So he was head of the union, so he knew Sinatra, you know, Dean Martin, all those guys. So through him, we met all these people, the Beatles. We were introduced to show business at a very young age, and you know, the other guy especially was just a naturally talented guy. He had an ear for music. He had a great voice. You know, I'm more of a producer. He's more of a performer. You know, so you know, over the years, we've done a lot of things in the shadows, and now you know, he chose to go further into the shadows and go to Tibet and be a monk and serve people that way. I've chosen to come out from behind the shadows. So we have basically the whole spiritual and physical world covered as far as
Nice.
you know what I mean?
Lockdown. Get on lockdown.
You know what I mean? If
Gateway Diamonds.
yeah, you know, like I can't be in China right now, but I know my brother is there helping to influence the downfall of communism.
Just like the end of the new Star Wars, yeah?
Yeah, and listen,
Like you're here, but you could be there, and
exactly. Star Wars uses so many metaphors for life that were created by Italian Americans, you know, and
of course they were.
And before Italian Americans, the original Italians, all of these things, the Alighieri, the Divine Comedy, the 8 levels of hell. I mean, how many movies have been done on all these different things, good versus evil, the struggle? I mean, Star Wars, every episode of Star Wars is the same movie.
Sure.
Every episode, the guy's conflicted. Am I a good guy? Am I a bad guy? Every one of us has that conflict inside of us.
They just add Roman numerals.
They throw in a couple of girls, pretty girls with
Back to the
lightsabers,
Romans,
and now
back
all
to
of a
the
sudden
Romans
it's entertainment.
And back to the Romans, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But you know, when I decided to come out from behind the scenes, I really wanted to pay it forward, help other actors. So what I did was, you know, and I got a lot of slack for this. I got, even from my own people, even T.J. Stone, you know, who's a business partner and a longtime friend. You know, I went out and I extended a hand to members of ISIS.
Oh, wow.
Who were brought to America through the visa lottery program.
That's very controversial.
Well, yeah. Listen, you say the word ISIS, and you know all these negative.
You get a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you think
yeah,
of
you get a
negative.
thing.
You know,
Sure.
you think all these negative connotations, and I'm not saying that they're not animals. They are animals, and they're murderous animals. They're a scourge on the planet. But my whole point is this chain is really loud. It's so funny. I got this chain. It's not even platinum. It's a titanium alloy, which is very inexpensive because I don't want to be called a hypocrite because my vow of poverty is real. You see, I'm not wearing any other jewelry. I'm wearing a G-Shock. It's a $500 watch, but that's not like a. It's not a real watch. It's $500.
Right.
I'm saying I don't wear.
No, I remember back in the day.
I'm saying.
It looks like
I'm saying a little bit.
I mean, if I might, to me, it
I'm
looks.
wearing Gucci knockoff shades on principle. You know, I had a beef with Gucci, so now I wear knockoffs as like a nephew to them. Like, look at me, I'm wearing knockoff. Do
That'll
something
teach
about
you.
it. I bought them on Canal Street. Do something about it. You know what I mean?
Because this seems like the alien tech to me. I'm just throwing it
What do
out
you
there.
mean?
I didn't say nothing. But, you know, it looks like.
You and I worked on an episode. We produced an episode for 3PLT with TJ Stone called "Gay Satanic Aliens." And yes, there are conspiracies that you have helped perpetuate that the world is run by gay satanic aliens. And if you see what's happening in the world, there's a lot of things that would support that theory.
Well, I mean,
You
we
know?
did that show in June.
I mean, there's
and,
aliens,
like Weinstein was like
there's
the next
gays,
month.
and generally the behavior that comes from these type of people
Kevin,
is dark in nature.
So this protects you from that.
What's that?
Your alien tech.
The medallion.
No, this is just a symbol.
Oh,
It's a metaphor. What is it protecting from?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I have God. What do I need protection from?
There you go. God and money is all you need.
No, all you need is God.
Okay.
I need to do a play where you try to be cute. It's your first day on television, so they, you know, they put you in the big boy chair. So I'm going to humor you. But
Yeah.
you listen. we're all friends here. I'm busting your chops. You know that.
My
So,
chops are here to bust, but you'll never break them.
No, never, never.
Hey.
But, you know, reaching out to these guys in ISIS, even TJ Stone said, hey, this one kid I brought in the studio, Stephen American. Here's a kid. They told him, they came to his village. Okay, this guy had never even seen indoor plumbing until he was 27 years old. First time he ever used a bathroom was when he came to America. I brought him to my house, took him in, treated him like a son, okay? Because that's what a good person would do. You know, everybody keeps talking about, oh, this guy, you got an ISIS member in your house. I'm like, excuse me.
You reach out to people.
Jesus came for the sinners. He didn't come for the saints. He came for the sinners. So this kid gets into America through the visa lottery program, and turns out he's incredibly talented. He can sing, he can dance, he can act. So I introduced him to a good friend of mine, Dr. James Carlisle.
Okay.
Dr. James Carlisle is everything that James Lipton pretends to be. Okay? This is another guy who...
And then some.
He's the real deal.
Yeah,
He's the real deal.
He's a guy who doesn't seek notoriety. He loves film. He loves the creative process. And when I introduced him to...
He's a philosopher of sorts.
He's a Renaissance man. He's an everyman. He's a man for all seasons, you know? And, you know, when I introduced him to Stephen American, he was a little trepidatious as far as being in the same room with a guy who could disembowel him with his bare hands. So he had, a little bit of a reservation about sitting with him. But when I showed you this interview clip, you could see that, you know, the kid is talented. He's got a heart of gold. And he's just trying to do something with his life.
I understand this is like really raw what you brought, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got the green screen. James Cameron, when he finished with Avatar, he gave me the green screen as a Christmas present.
Okay.
Because, I mean, look at Avatar.
Yeah.
The whole movie was shot on a computer.
Yeah.
First time we shot a whole movie on a computer.
3D.
Yeah. So I was working with him and his publicist to get that movie out. And, you know, to this day, the movie is unwatchable, but it made billions of dollars. But
that's what it's all
about. It was all
about
the technology. So I said, okay, never mind style over substance. We have substance and style. He gives me the green screen. Now I'm using it in 3PLT Studio with us, Bruno, TJ, Mike Ricca. And we do these interviews, and we do these interviews with Dr. James Carlisle, and it's an interview series called Perspectives. Introspectives.
Yeah,
one of those.
Yeah, no,
I overlord.
No, you did. I appreciate that. You know.
Listen.
So.
Hey, I don't know if you know, TJ Stone was chiming in with hashtag choking on laughter. I mean, that's a thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's you, my friend.
No, listen.
He's a good man, and he knows funny.
TJ Stone, let me tell you something. That kid was some ball player.
Yeah.
Okay. He could have did a lot of things, but he chose to live in the service of others.
Nice.
Okay. He could have been a rock star. He could have been anything he wanted to be. Could have been a musician. And now again, he's coming back with 3PLT, and now he's in front of the camera, in front of the spotlight now.
He's single-handedly building an empire.
He's incredible. He really is. He really is.
Are you watching
like
the shows during the
like
week? Because I've been watching the shows. They're great.
What question is that?
I know.
I don't know. Because you come out of the web. I don't know.
When the show comes out, I leave the room.
That's what I thought. Well, I know Ricca watches it. I don't know. Cashellini is like a whole other thing.
I mean, you're dumbing it down for the audience to the point where you're dumbing yourself down. Don't dumb it down for them anymore. You're dumbing yourself down.
I'm dragging them down with me.
I mean, he was an All-American three-sport athlete at Arizona State.
And it's you. Sun Devils.
I mean,
Sun Devil shot.
I mean, here's a Italian kid from Brooklyn goes out to Arizona and shows him how it's done. Guy's 5'8", playing Division I football, baseball,
with a great tan
and soccer. What?
Well, you're Italian. You get a good tan out in the desert.
Yeah.
Listen, you want to go to Carlisle? I mean, we you know.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, I know you drove in.
Listen, talk to your friend. You're the producer. He's the host. I'm sitting here.
I got the people in my ears. I'm just.
And now you guys are all over me.
I think your.
Meanwhile, I'm over here.
I think your necklace is like throwing everybody off.
Well, it's a beacon for the aliens.
Yeah.
It's a beacon, like I know.
Now it's a beacon.
Yeah,
but it's like me
saying I know. It's like me saying I know you know, and I know you know that I know. So.
I know you know you know.
You know what I mean?
So let's see you with Carlisle, no?
Let's
see.
Clip.
You got that queued up, guys?
Hello, good day, and good riddance to negativity. My name is Dr. James Carlisle. I am the foremost authority on film. I'm going to cut to the chase here to introduce my first guest. Today's guest is a legendary behind-the-scenes, so to speak, producer, director, and entrepreneur. His name is Moni Casciolini, and he is an Italian-American producer who's a guy who has been influential across the board, making a little bit of a comeback, and we're really happy to have him here. Mr. Casciolini, film is spectacular, and that's why you, sir, doing spectacular film in a spectacular way, as it were, speechless. Thank you for joining us.
Dr. Carlisle, I can't even begin to thank you. The Casciolini, as you would say, or Casciolini, as most would say.
Casciolini.
The Casciolini, media empire is, constantly.
Hold up. This is the reason why we have Mr. Casciolini on. Casciolini on. There's never really been a moment where you've been at a loss.
That's true.
Am I right?
No, you gotta
You've never been at a loss.
No, you got a point there.
For words.
No.
I threw something at you.
Yeah.
I did it. Yeah, I did it almost intentionally. Yeah.
So
I'm staring at the end.
I know that
I was gonna fuck it.
your whole motivation, your whole greatest sense of purpose in life is to develop young talent.
Always.
Because it's all about the kids. Take for example my latest protege, this kid Freddie. Okay, I use the name Freddie because for the sake of anonymity, we want to protect him. He's got family. He comes from a war-torn country. He's a freedom fighter. He's a patriot in his own right, in his own country. I mean, he pledged allegiance to ISIS, but that's only because that was his ticket out of the streets. You know what I mean? In Brooklyn, in the inner cities of America, you have the NBA. That's your ticket out of the ghetto. What do you have? If you can't play soccer in a third world country, how are you going to get out of that country?
Sir, ISIS is a
You know what I'm saying?
terrorist organization.
No, I understand, but listen, they come to your house, they say, listen, if you don't join ISIS, I'm going to kill your mother right in front of you. You're going to join ISIS, no? You're telling me every person who gets into terrorism is a terrorist. I mean, come on.
Mr. Casciolini?
I mean, come on.
You've got my attention. Let's bring him in.
Let's
bring
him a chance. Freddie, come on in, Freddie.
Bring him in.
This is Freddie. He's a very talented young man. I mean, I got a lot of respect for this kid. He came from nothing. I mean, where he grows up, it doesn't even exist anymore. It's not even a country anymore. It's a pile of rubble. This kid, sacrificed everything to save his family's life. Goes to prison, doesn't say a word. He's persecuted, he's tortured, he's beaten. And out of all that pain comes the most beautiful, passionate, creative voice. Maria, 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 Maria. I just met a girl named Maria.
That is astonishing.
That's all I would give you for that.
He sang the Maria from West Side Story.
Now you believe her now?
Yeah, it's a little odd. And
Give me your eyes right now. Give me them.
He doesn't mean like, he means look at him. It doesn't mean like he's gonna rip your eyes out of your head. He means just look at him.
My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign, hit me baby one more time.
We have a member of ISIS, as it were, the self-admitted ex.
Wobble, drop it like it's hot. 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 Wobbly, wobble. So you think you can stop me and spit in my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby, can't do this to me, baby. Just gotta get out. Just gotta get right out of here.
Mr. Casciolini, he's obviously
He was
talented.
considered for the role of Freddie Mercury in the Freddie Mercury
He
story.
was considered.
Do you see why?
Wow.
Was I lying about the guy's talent and ability?
Not one bit. That was
Okay.
awesome.
But, you know, we're gonna say, oh, he kills people. Italian Americans have been killing people for 100 years and we glorified in movies.
It's well worth the
You
trip.
know?
Well worth the trip.
And what's ironic is he killed his enemies. Italian American gangsters, we kill people we love. We kill our brothers, we kill our cousins, our nephews. We got a beef with somebody over a business deal. We whack them. It's our own flesh and blood.
Yeah.
At least this guy is killing his enemies. We kill people we love. So who are we to judge him? Who are we to judge?
Oh, exactly.
Who are we?
Oh,
Who are you?
Aye, money.
Who
I'm the
am
kind
I?
of guy, I don't separate
I'm
a
just
man
saying.
from his art. No, I mean, I do separate a man
I'm
from his art.
saying. I'm just saying.
You're an
Let's not-
artist.
let's-
You do art.
I'm an artist. I like that. You stole my line and you used it, and then I like.
I modified it.
No, I like
That's
you
not a
did that.
modifier.
No, but like I said, this is, you know, James Carlisle was nice enough to showcase him. You know.
Yeah, hey,
So that was
can,
really
can you get that guy on our show? He's awesome.
Yeah, you already asked me. I already told you.
You did?
Yeah.
I'll ask you
But
again.
we were off
You-
camera.
Oh, yeah, we were off camera when we did this.
So it didn't happen?
No, I'm saying it did happen, but we.
I had sex with 3 women off camera this morning. It didn't happen?
No, it happened.
I
but
mean,
we-
like, you know,
you want to tell everybody.
There's on there, there's off there, it's like a-
states of being now.
You know, these are.
I'm trying to entertain people. I got gamers sitting in their boxer shorts all over America, smoking bowls, looking at me, saying, "Look how beautiful this guy's jacket
Well, look,
is."
somebody's asking, what's wrong with you guys? That's a pure satire is asking what's wrong with you guys. Like
Oh.
everything. is wrong
Everything,
with us.
really. I mean, that's what this show's
Listen,
about. We're definitely
we
gonna
love life.
define
We
it.
love life.
We
We're
love
celebrating
Filled
life.
with the juices of life.
3PLT's mission statement, our creed, our motto, everything about us. Life is content.
Amen, brother.
Okay.
Amen.
IRL, bro.
Life-
IRL.
I'm sorry. It's the 21st century. Hashtag life is content.
Yeah.
Because you gotta have, because your thoughts don't mean anything. Your feelings don't mean unless you hashtag it. I like this whole meal because we're gonna talk about showbiz and Hollywood and the Oscars, but now's the time to talk about this whole Me Too thing. Hashtag Me Too.
Yeah.
Like until now, we didn't know that like sexually assaulting a woman was bad.
Right.
Like I need a hashtag to tell me that.
Yeah, it's a crime.
He's getting very angry.
I'm 60 years old. I need a hashtag to tell me not to bring a girl to my office and expose myself to her.
Right.
I need someone to tell me, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's a thing.
How show business is what? 100 years old?
At least.
Okay,
It's a-
never
it's
mind
industry.
that men have been
Hollywood is.
preying on women since the dawn of time. Let's talk about showbiz for a minute. All right?
That's where it's all
100
happening.
Charlie Chaplin was married 7 times, okay? 5 of those brides were girls looking for a part in one of his movies. But
Okay.
he's an icon.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that Harvey Weinstein's not a degenerate. He's an absolute degenerate. You know, and what he did to Mira Sorvino, little bit.
A little bit what?
He did.
A little bit what?
Listen,
You know what Paulie said he's gonna do to him?
Paul Sorvino, no disrespect, you were a little late to the party on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should have known years ago what he was doing with your daughter, and you should have handled it back then, not after the fact. I'm just saying.
And she's an Oscar winner.
I'm saying she's an Oscar winner, and then all of a sudden she's not working. Because I picked up the phone and said,
Oscar
oh,
winner. Guys,
You know,
I mean,
Hey, what day is it?
listen,
saying.
tomorrow is the Academy
Tomorrow,
Awards.
listen,
I'm a
God.
big Oscar nut. We're not
this
just talking about the Oscars?
this guy is an Oscar nut. Like he gets emotionally involved,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I used to too, because I was a producer. I worked as a publicist for a lot of these films over the year, a lot of the biggest films.
What do you mean you used to? What happened?
I got this Listen. You should be talking about this with your conspiracy.
Mistake with the cards.
I don't
That's
listen. Where's
Price Waterhouse Cooper.
Where's your Oscar conspiracy index?
The guy that
card?
looked like Matt Damon got a little drunk and he was just handing out cards.
Where is your
everywhere.
Oscar conspiracy index card?
Oh.
That wasn't a conspiracy last year. The winner, La La Land, the best picture that anyone has ever seen over the past 40 years. Oh no, wait a minute. The affirmative action algorithm that processes Oscar votes now says that, you know, we got it. This year it's a gay black year because things are happening in politics, and we want to show we support homosexuals and African Americans. Moonlight is gay and black, so La La Land, you step aside. And the rift within the community, within the voters, within the academy. Listen, I go to these dinner parties. I sit with these people.
Yeah.
I sit with Warren Beatty and all his friends, and they have these arguments. Somebody changed that card backstage because they wouldn't accept the fact that La La Land was Best Picture. And after they changed it, you can't change it back then because then people are going to say, okay, now they have no credibility.
Wow.
Somebody said that whole thing was a setup.
And that's why they
You
had to
of all
get.
people should know that. I'm disappointed.
I mean,
I'm disappointed.
they had to get Warren
I
Beatty.
want to say it in a public forum, you know. I know you just is watching. I don't want to say it.
Warren Beatty's so big that it was like, you know.
I'm saying, listen, Warren.
Ruin his career at this point.
Listen, Warren spends a lot of time with young boys, and then he feels guilty about it, so he's got to push Moonlight, you know. So, but you didn't hear me say that.
I remember when Annette Bening was a young girl, and now she's.
Listen, I remember when Annette Bening was a young girl.
Oh, how so?
All right. What do you mean? I introduced them.
Yeah.
I was dating her at the time.
He's influential, man.
This guy's been everywhere.
He pulled an Eric Clapton on me when he did Warren Beatty. Okay, I got her in the movies. I trained her how to sing, how to dance. Listen, she was my creation. She was the perfect woman.
An ingenue.
She was an ingenue. She was my muse. She was my reason for being. Next thing I know, I get a phone call. I'm with Warren now. I'm going to send somebody for my things.
And you couldn't do anything for her for the Oscar? Like, you know, 'cause she was nominated, didn't win at the time that she...
She's got Warren Beatty. Let her take it up with her boyfriend, her husband, whoever.
Yeah, he could read the wrong envelope.
Listen, I wipe my hands with her. That's it.
She did that movie not too long ago.
What is it? No, but you got a lot of great films this year. You know, a lot of great films. I mean,
who do you think is going to win Best Picture? I mean, what film do you think is going to win Best Picture?
Well, listen, Blade Runner 2049 was the best movie made last year.
Right, but it's not nominated.
Exactly.
I heard other people say
Although
that.
it's finally going to get the award for cinematography.
Yeah,
for,
they give them technical
for
awards to
Deakins.
they want to pacify people, so they give them technical awards.
You know, Deakins is nominated like this is the 14th time or 15th time, and he's finally going to get it.
Yeah, for a film that nobody saw. So
no, people saw it.
Cinematography carries a lot of weight.
What are some of his other films?
Oh, everything. Coen Brothers films, you know, the Man That Wasn't There.
What was last year? He did
last year he was nominated. He did Skyfall. Got nominated for that. I mean,
so every one of these films that he's done, he should have won.
Yeah.
But now they're going to give it to him.
Right, he should have 30 Oscars.
Because he's old and,
right, but they're going to give it to him.
Lifetime Achievement Award. They always do that with the Lifetime.
They give
it a Lifetime Achievement Award. It makes me sick.
No, but listen to this. He's going to win it this year, but there's a woman that's nominated.
Yeah, so now the algorithm says, no,
she's not going to win.
For Mudbound? Listen, is that the movie?
Mudbound, yeah.
Mudbound.
Yeah.
Mudbound. Mudbound is the Richard Pryor character.
Watch, they give it to her.
But listen, I think Shape of Water is taking the award.
It's a brilliant film.
Right? Yeah, you like that?
It's a brilliant film. Watch that movie Stone. That's my advice for all the gamers out there, all the stoners out there who are waking and baking with us this morning. Love you guys. Stay green, Stoner fam.
Is there one you shouldn't watch, Stone?
Listen, I'm just saying that.
Coco, you also. I mean, kids watch Coco. They shouldn't be stoned watching the movie, but that's going to win. That's going to win animated film.
It's practically legal.
Yeah, meanwhile, Book of Life, which is the same movie, didn't win anything.
Yeah.
Book of Life was one of my favorite films.
Book of Life or Tree of Life?
Book of Life.
Oh, because I don't know. You know.
You got kids. You never took your daughter to see Book of Life.
I didn't see Book of Life.
See, maybe that's why they didn't get nominated.
That's what's wrong with it.
People like you know.
I want to talk about the acting categories. Best actor,
Absolutely.
Gary Oldman. What do you think?
Yeah,
For sure, right?
You got to give it to
For
him.
sure.
You got to give it to him.
Well, I'm actually finishing up the film right now.
Well,
and, yeah.
Watching the
I was actually watching the film the whole time, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, I'm going to say Oldman gets it.
Darkest Hour, man.
Well, he's got three things going
He
for
looks like
him.
the guy.
He's a brilliant actor who may not get nominated again. He's British and he's playing Churchill.
Yeah.
So,
That's gonna
certain,
hit.
certain years it's a slavery genre year. Certain years it's a war genre year. This year happens to be a war genre year.
British war.
So they're gonna say, listen, they Hollywood, they fall over themselves. They drool over the brutal. Oh, he's
So
speaking
where
British.
does the creature?
Like,
Where does the creature from the Black Lagoon come in then? You know, The Shape of Water. I mean, that's kind of like.
What do you mean?
No, I mean, like, how's that?
Well, that
related
brings
to
in
war?
the LGBT trans creature community.
No, Del Toro is a whole nother level.
All right.
You understand?
Yeah,
He's a whole nother level. So they can't really put him in a category.
Listen.
because he's.
I don't want to get out of here without talking about Frances McDormand. I mean, she's got the Oscar at home, right?
Yeah.
Polishing that thing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
Sure.
a great actress, no?
Sure, 100%.
You don't think? You think the other actresses are great this
She
year?
said she didn't want it. She said give it to one of the young girls. I already got an Oscar.
Oh, really?
Can you imagine saying that?
Why don't you scroll down so we can look at the.
I got right here. Look, actress in the
There we
leading
go.
role.
Sally Hawkins, Shape of Water, Frances
Yeah.
McDormand,
Yeah.
But
Barbara Roby.
the acting in Three Billboards was like the best. I mean, those scenes were just awesome.
Saoirse Ronan.
See, but like with Meryl, I love Meryl Streep, you know, and she's listen. Out of all the women I've slept with, she's one of the. I mean, you forget how because she's so old now and so unattractive. You forget how hot she was.
Did you sleep with old Meryl Streep or young Meryl Streep?
I slept with Meryl Streep in 1974. One of the best nights of my life.
She was beautiful.
It was one of the best nights of my life.
She's from right here in New Jersey. I mean, Nutley, New Jersey. Not too far from here.
I was 16 years old when I slept with her.
What's your take on these actresses? I mean, you know, what do you think this year? The really powerful pack, right?
Yeah, I mean, look at the supporting. The supporting is great. I'm a big fan of Laurie Metcalf, Octavia Spencer, but she win Octavia Spencer. Didn't she win?
She won.
Yeah,
For the
so.
help.
I
But
think
she's
it's going
black,
to
so
go
they'll give her two.
It's going to Janney.
You know?
Allison Janney.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of movies. Plus, she goes to a lot of parties. She got
Hit TV show.
But you don't realize a lot. Listen, if I'm hanging out with you at a house party, these people all party with each other. Yeah, they're all talented, but
Everybody gets their turn.
People help their friends. They don't help strangers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Oscars are a promotional tool.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, listen, how many, you know, Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, all these guys, they all produce each other's movies. Danny DeVito's the most Danny DeVito's the most powerful man in show business.
Jersey Films.
I'm saying, but you forget that because you see his character Frank on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and you forget that he's the most powerful man in show business.
Absolutely, man.
I'm saying, I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just saying.
He's a powerful man. He made that show, that's for sure.
And I'm sure you're excited about Baby Driver being nominated for the sound mixing.
Yeah, although that's going to go to Dunkirk, right?
Yeah.
Dunkirk was like a stunning experience, man. I was like watching a video game.
Yeah.
And then it was almost like Avatar when I came out of that. You know, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and the overlapping explosions. That's a lot of editing.
Now you were telling me earlier in the green room. You were telling me like you had a beef with the acting categories. You said like just the women's category because the
whole
credit is not
listen.
balanced.
Listen. These people, we literally put them on a pedestal. We idolize these people. People go sit around their television tomorrow, listen to what they have to say about politics. They're just trained monkeys. There's nothing special about these people. You talk about acting as a craft. Adult film stars are the only real actors. That's a craft. That's real acting.
True method.
How's that?
When you're swallowing somebody's organs,
you can't fake that.
You can't. That's called being in the moment.
That's from right here.
Anybody who's watching says, "Wow, she really likes him. She loves him."
Right.
There's no act. I mean, it's true method.
Yeah.
That's acting.
Yeah.
Pretend that you're in love with somebody as they double penetrate you.
Yeah. Anybody can.
The
Hermaphrodite.
subject is in love with both.
No, listen.
I mean, you can do it with the eyes. Anybody can
Listen,
do that.
if two people are
With the
having
eyes,
sex
think about it.
and you penetrate one orifice and you're using some an instrument on the second orifice, that's double penetration. You implied you implied.
Well, you know.
You implied a threesome.
I
didn't imply a
saw
threesome.
the ice storm, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
But this is real acting. This is just, you know, these are people, you know, this is like, you know, a school play with a budget. You know?
Yeah. Well, I heard.
I'm just saying.
Lady Bird described as a great episode of Roseanne, but with a great actress in it, Saoirse Ronan, who makes it more interesting. Because if you've seen it, it's kind of like a teen kind of an issue.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like, you know, and it's got Laurie Metcalf in it, so it gives
It's the feel-good, depressing movie of the year.
It was an ode to Sacramento. Like
That's what they always do. They always give you the feel-good, depressing movie of the year.
The nun says it right in the thing. She says, "Oh, you wrote a love story to Sacramento." You know.
Yeah.
It's just like,
She thought she wanted New York. A lot of people think they want New York, but believe me, they don't want New York.
No, you don't.
Done.
Oh, just for the record, T.J. Stone is 5'9", he's not 5'8". I didn't mean
Nice.
to disrespect.
Is that what you said?
That's what he said.
Well,
I said he was 5'8".
He's been working out, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
HGH as an inch.
So, wow, this is going to be, are you going to be watching the Oscars? You guys watching?
You know, just like I was going to protest it and not watch it because of all the stuff that's going on, but just like the Super Bowl, which I was protesting, and you know, as soon as it comes on, I just get caught up, man. I feel the passion, I get the excitement, so I'm going to watch.
What do you think? We'll do a wrap-up show next week?
About the Oscar, about
Can
our
you
disappointment.
notice-
Can somebody call, first of all, listen. Can somebody call Billy Crystal and tell him to come out of retirement?
You don't like Kimmel? You don't like Kimmel?
These guys are stiffs. They're stiffs.
I mean, he's not funny.
They're not funny. They're not funny.
Who is really?
I'd rather have Jimmy Fallon doing song parodies all night than have him there.
I think, maybe.
Well, he's
that's
not going
the
to cry and talk about his kid?
I think he
Talk
just
about
does it,
politics?
you know, because it's on ABC and the studio's right next door, and they bring all the people in and out. Just
Listen,
like we do with three
just-
people
just-
like this
just
in this
for-
show.
just-
It's just easier, you know,
Exactly.
right there. Hey,
Listen.
come on, everybody on the show.
Budget-wise, they got to hire 37 writers to make Jimmy Kimmel funny.
Yeah, he's got.
You know what Billy Crystal
and he also
needs?
takes stringers too.
Yeah, exactly. You know what Billy Crystal needs? A pen and a pad.
Boom.
And he's got it.
And he's got it.
Maybe he just doesn't want to do it anymore. I mean, they get to a certain age, you don't want to be like
Who knows? Who knows what goes through people's minds? You know?
watching all those cues.
So I'm
hitting all
looking at
those
the
spots.
time. It looks like we're coming down.
Where does all the
to
time go?
the final curtain for this episode, anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, it was a lot of fun to be here. All kidding aside.
Money, thanks for coming
Listen,
on, buddy.
it's a pleasure.
Great to
Look
see you.
forward to working
Money
with you
Cash,
guys.
always a pleasure, man.
DJ Stone, thank you for making this happen.
So,
Mike Rick and Bruno Derlin, 3peoplelikethis.com.
Yeah.
Be
Follow
Terrific
him on
Network.
Twitter. Be Terrific.
Michael Artsis, David Milch,
At Be Terrific TV.
Everybody.
Follow him on Twitter.
Gabe the camera guy,
Gabe, thank you. Michael Artsis, you got a great thing
the
going.
Twitch
God bless you.
chat
guys.
box.
Tell you.
Yeah, with the
People who get up on 11 a.m. on Saturday to watch this show.
Yep.
and
Thank
Pure
you
Centaur,
very
thank you.
All the stoners waking and baking, hanging out
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
This bud's for you.
Yeah, it is a good wake and bake show.
I'm telling you.
Maybe that'll be our thing.
You know? Absolutely.
We're hitting in markets where it's legal. So
Absolutely.
we do that.
Exactly. I got a lot of money in that, in medical marijuana, so.
You know,
I'm a staunch libertarian besides being.
yeah, sure. Legal rights.
You know,
What goes inside your body is your business,
exactly. Exactly.
which is a whole nother segue.
Yeah,
But,
So I guess
we didn't produce an out for the show, did we? We didn't do like a credit thing or like.
no, we just have the one sheet.
I thought I could just throw my cards. Maybe this would be like kind of a thing, and you know, Letterman used to do this. What happened to him? He used to do that, right? Can I do that?
Yeah.
Do that. Don't read the cards though. They actually don't say anything. Again, do not mention Trump, aliens, or Gamergate at all during this entire episode. And
Twitch TV, thank you.
Thank you, Twitch.
TJ Stone.
Vision Fest
TJ
from
Stone, we love
Tribeca
you.
to Secaucus.
Thanks
Yeah.
for making this happen.
All coming.
Joanna
At TJ
Nash,
Stone
still
25,
Portuguese.
at 3 People Like This, at Be Terrific TV,
Contests.
at Efren
Contest.
Jagamba
Money Cashellini. Sorry, Arizona.
Efren Gambulsi.
And
Yeah.
Thanks, that friend. Get that song in here.
So yeah, we're out, I think.
And we're out, folks.
God bless you guys.
God bless. See you next
God
week.
See you
bless
next
America.
week.
Dating game.